Alright. Whew. Alrighty. God damn. I am... Man. I am going through just the worst cold. It is one thing after another. So, not a whole lot of talking that's going to be done in this one. I want to just get some modeling done. I've been collecting some images. Some nice reference images of various things. Good day. AC Gaming. Wow, you guys dropped in quick. Alright. So, we got all sorts of stuff. We got cave references. We got just surface seabed references. Lots of really interesting stuff going on here. This is really cool. That is actually, I googled it, and that is actually the background for the Trello board for my project. Curious. All right. Cool. So we've got all this good jazz going on here. Man, that's a lot of stuff. I had put together a series of very simple choral structures. We have the human reference right there. That's the 1.7 meters tall. And then all these are pretty big, pretty beefy structures. So, let's get this exported. And see what we got. Join like every stream a bunch of months and disappear. You know, I completely do not blame you, and I completely understand, because you can only be doing the same thing for so many days before you gotta take a break, diversify, and you know, do something else. Okay, so we tried Proton Scatter, and we found that it sucks and it doesn't work. That was a fun experiment. We're gonna go ahead and make sure that it's not here. Get rid of this. And get rid of this. Yeah. Whatever, man. We're gonna have to make our own. Cool. Now, in order for us to make our own, what do we have to do? I know that I want to be able to select multiple elements to spawn. I know that I want it to be random. I know that I want to give random elements. And I know that I don't want it to be just meshes. Like, I want to be able to also select scenes. Okay. We have a thing here already that we had made in the past. Where is it? It's like a resource spawner. There we go. Generic mineable cluster. Okay. Now, this thing quite literally does what I'm trying to do here. It does, what? Randomly positions, spawns in and randomly positions the mineable components. Okay. And then what I want to do with this coral stuff is, well, pretty much sort of the same. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. We have this ground. We're going to change this ground to a new standard material. And I think we have already a texture of sand that we can use. Texture packs. Orange sandstone. This texture has been, well, has been made specifically for the terrain. So I'm gonna have to browse for some stuff. Let's see. Physical 10. Ground, snow, ice. What about previews? I don't know if we're gonna find any sand here. Okay, just gotta open that up. Hey, pavement. Concrete. Ah, can use these things in bunkers. Fabrics, M&Ms, meatballs, pizza. Beautiful. Sausage. Nice. No, these are organics. Wet sand. Okay, well, I know we're underwater, but come on. Okay, physical 9. What do we got here? Stone rock, stone tiles, cement, ceramic. Stone rocks, pavements, ground jungle, ice lava. Okay, let's try this. Hmm. Oh, Martian rocky ground. Hey, desert sand, sand ground, and then sand ground. There we go. So, sand ground 59. Let's get this. Cool. So this would be ground. This would be 4K. Sand ground 59. 59 what? 5983. There's also this one, but I don't think we'll want that one. Okay. 5983. Okay, texture packs. Cool. I think 2K is going to be more than enough for this. So, batch convert. Yep. Okay, and that's it. I have no idea where it is exporting this. Dear God. actually. Oh, engine texture, orange sandstone, 4081. Damn it. It exported it there. Hold on. I still have time to save it. Texture packs. Okay, so we take all of this. Godot hasn't scanned it yet. Technically, we do want it in Godot. As long as I don't switch the Godot engine in the background, we should be safe. There we go. Okay, but we don't need everything in there either. I just realized. Get rid of this. Okay. Height is okay, I think. Normal, OpenGL. Reflection, roughness, specular. I don't know what the hell this is. IOR. Away with you. And I don't think we need specular either. Okay. So. Base color. And triplanar. Okay. Normal. Cool. Can see it now. Roughness. Sure. Metallic. Come to think of it, I don't think we need reflection. Oh yeah, well it's black, so there's no need for this texture. Although, something changed. Eh. Cool. Height. Although, when we use triplanar mapping, height doesn't really do anything. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. No height. Cool. Sure. This should be fine for a test. Just gonna save this. Materials. And this would be packs. And the name is whatever this name is. Cool. All right. Now, with this said and done, we have a sand floor that we can work with. I think maybe we can focus on doing some sort of scattering features. Now, I know why I opened this twice. Okay. So these are supposed to be coral pieces. Weird coral structures. And we're going to be randomly spawning them over the terrain. Now, with what? What are we spawning them with? You see that right there is a random mineral spawner. But I feel like for the sake of practice, I might want to create one from scratch. Let's call it what is it? Scatter tool. Very creative. Let's give it a name. Let's go to scripts. Tools. Scatter tool. Nice. Now this will quite literally be a tool script. Okay, and it will need an export. Do we have an export file? We do have an export file. But we want it to be an array. So var expected variable name after var, right? So scene list or mesh scene list. Now we want this to be an array. Can we make this an array? No, it has to be an array of files. So in this case, it's just an export variable. Could not find type file. Array of packed scenes. Technically, yes. That's what we want. So, but no. Not just packed scenes. Could also be an OBJ file, which isn't a scene. Now, okay, technically, if it's a mesh instance, if it's an OBJ, then we better just do like a mesh instance scatter. It's probably just going to be like a static element. No problem about that. This particular prop, I had a particular idea for. If you kind of crash into it, it breaks it and spawns a bunch of little individual components. And then you can mine these things, or you can like crash your ship into it, take some damage, but you know, it'll drop like a whole stack of them. Okay, so in that case, we do have a fundamental difference between what type of scatter we're performing. If it's an object scatter, well, I'm kind of establishing if I'm going to be using multi-mesh instance for everything. This is likely going to be running some basic logic. Like when you crash into it, it will the player vessel is going to detect that it crashed into a coral, and then destroy it. Keep the base, destroy these vines, and get it to drop the pieces. So for something like that, a multi-mesh instance probably not the way to go. Right. I mean, we're kind of right in the beginning, so I'm just looking at how I'm gonna go about figuring this out. What kind of a system we're gonna have. So I technically can use this guy, which is literally, well, maybe not. He's already kind of pre-programmed to spawn only the resources, the mineable resources. But that's fine. Okay, so let's see. Either I make... What do I make? We can spawn OBJs, which are set pieces. So we've got stuff like, let's see. I gotta, let's say, populate this. This is like 100% multi-mesh. That is a multi-mesh. Maybe these rocks, they're decorative. Well, they're multi-meshes. A lot of multi-mesh stuff. And most of the stuff would not be mineable. So I suppose we can make 2 tools. That should be fine. Okay, so what is this called then? Get rid of this, close this. Okay, scatter tool. Let's do a scatter scene tool. Let's save it up. Objects, tools, scatter scene tool. Nice. Now, I want to be able to scatter multiple scenes. So I suppose this would have to be a packed array of packed scenes. Thank you very much for that suggestion. Yeah, okay. New packed scene or load. TSCN. Yeah, nice. Beautiful. Okay. So that should be good. We'll need a generate button. I believe you can also do buttons now. Let me double check. I actually want to know how to do that. Godot export button. PR ratings in the draft. Create buttons. I mean, considering the proton scatter has the button, no button? If I spell it right. Oh, since it can be directly exported properties scripts without saving use node path. No, that's just for specializing, setting the node. Only 4.3, unless you do a plugin. Oh, okay. I guess we'll rely on the old boolean. False, and then set new val. And then when this gets set, we don't populate the value. Yeah, good old checkbox indeed. Cool. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna quickly prepare a scene with these corals. And I suppose since we're doing like a multi-scene thing, we can set up what, like 2-3 of these scenes. Models, coral, get rid of this. All right. And I suppose it should start as a static body. I know I could technically do like one scene and then substitute the meshes, but we'll take care of it this way. That's totally fine. Whew, that's a big boy. Man, I gotta say, I don't know what's worse, a flu or a cold. Because a flu, it sucks, but it's a relatively quick battle. A cold, shit, man. Now, what am I saying? Of course a cold is better. I'd rather have none. I'd rather be able to talk, you know? Colts still have to go to work. Yeah. I don't know if that's a positive or a negative. Want me to ask him all day? Watching TV? I gotta say, when I have the flu, it's not as rosy as sitting around all day. Okay, let's save this. Um, I wish I was like, you know, within the borderline of the comfort level of being able to just like watch the movie or watch TV or play a game and be like, yeah, it's okay. But I don't know. I look at it. I look at any form of entertainment. I'm like, no, just no. What do we got? Props. I think this is prop. Yeah. Okay. This is foliage. Cool. Even though we're... Oh no, this is corals actually. Save it up. Save it up. Okay, can we close all this other stuff? Jeezums. There we go. Save it up. And what's this? Save it up. Cool. So, that should be fine. Although part of me kind of wishes and maybe I define like 10 variables so I can drag and drop stuff into them directly. But yeah, array is better. Okay, so let's make a function called populate. We're gonna run this function from within here. Okay, we need another one. Let's go 15. You can select multi-select and drag and drop into the array. No way. That is a thing now? Whoa, hold on. Hold your horses. Because if that's a thing, then damn. No problem. What is it? Props, corals. Oh, yes. Yes. I don't know if this is a thing in Godot 3, but this is, hell yeah, dude. They know what they're doing. Okay, that is awesome. Okay, 4x in amount. That works. Okay, so we're gonna do this. We're actually gonna make sure that the seed is predictable so that it always populates seed val 0. So it always populates it in the same exact formation, so that, you know, different people and different computers aren't going to get just this completely different arrangement of stuff. Cool. So seed, I'm going to place it here actually. And now, okay, so proton scatter uses a shape as a child node because it's a visual thing. Okay. So what I can do here, can I right click and instance something at the mouse? Nope, nope, not in 3D. All right. That's fine. Go away. Tool. So this is scatter tool. Scene scatter tool. There we go. Okay, so we'll place it here. That's cool. Now, let me double check something. So we'll go here, go to the code. If I were to give it an export variable, and this is going to be shape, okay, and if it's a shape, I think we just do shape 3D. I believe this is not going to get a representation in the 3D view. Although, let's double check that. We have an error in the script. Actually, we have a thing where we have to reload the whole scene. Otherwise, it doesn't recognize the tool as a tool. Or nothing at all. Scatter tool. Okay. Well, I gotta save, close everything, apparently. Open up sandbox. Oh. Well. Still doesn't think it's a tool. Alright. Let's go the nuclear route. Technically, I could have just click reload project. Reload current project. Well, let's see. Oh. Failed to reload script scatter tool. Yeah, no shit. I deleted it. This is actually a little janky. I deleted the plugin. Hold on. Plugins. No, you stay there. Yeah, there's no plugin. And then I deleted the folder. And yet it still attempts to load something. Alright. Let's see here. Well, it don't want. Hold on. What script is this? Scatter tool. Yes, it is a tool. It is marked as a tool. Oh. It's also experiencing an error. So no wonder it wouldn't show up. There we go. Okay, now when we do a circle shape, it does not show up, which is understandable. So what I'm going to do is this. When the scatter scene tool enters the tree, if there are no shapes inside of it, it will generate a shape. Or you know what? Why don't I just do it manually? That's fine. I know the proton tool populates the shape. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it automatically. That's fine. Okay, so we're gonna do a signal. Gonna do tree entered. Okay. I think this should work. I'm gonna double check this. Hello. Close this. And then scatter scene tool. Hello. There we go. Nice. Okay, so pop back in here. We'll be back in the future. Sounds good. Thanks for the tips. Hell yeah. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. When it enters the tree, if has node, I guess we're gonna do by name. Collision shape. What's the actual name? Collision shape 3D. Okay, I'm not one to usually use an actual name, but I guess it is okay. If it has a node, return. Otherwise, collision shape 3D. New And then I guess we do add child. We need to talk to it. So var shape sh. We add it as a child. And then we also need to do set owner. Is going to be, I guess, self. Maybe. Okay. If I do editable children, it does have a collision shape, but that's because I had one here. So, get rid of this. Okay, so it does generate one. Huh. Okay, and it generates one here. But here's the thing. I don't want to see one in the scene. I want to see one in the level editor. Okay, so... Oh yeah, and see, every time I switch to the scene, it's just going to create one. Okay. Do I have other signals? Hmm. Collision shape 3D. We need to find out if it's been placed into the scene. I guess instead of checking for the node, we can do this for child in chind churd for child in get children. We're gonna do if child is a collision shape 3D node, return. There we go. Can I nest this 3 times like this? Nice. Beautiful. Okay, otherwise it will create a collision shape, add it as a child. Now, for the owner... Hey, good day. The day is good, indeed. Okay, instead of the owner being the node, let's make the owner the edited scene. Get edited scene root right here. So we go back here. Get edited scene root. Function is not found because edited scene root is editor interface. So what do we got to do? I got a cold indeed, unfortunately. But I'm still pushing through. This game ain't gonna do itself. Editor interface, get editor root scene. I think this might work. All right. Yeah, nice. As you can see, pops up a collision shape. I think when we switch here, it doesn't do it again. Sorry, wrong account. How many accounts you got? Okay. Cool. So, nice. So it creates a collision shape. Maybe we can make it create a collision shape that has a legible name. New, no, add child. And then force readable name true. Nice. Okay. Oh, you know what? We're also going to make sure that it's not self. So if is not self. Return. If it is self, actually. Okay, so we'll go back here. Go back here. Okay, so if it's self, it doesn't edit it. If it is this one, get rid of the node. Drag and drop. Yeah, nice. Dude, that's beautiful. Let's give it a default shape. So by default, it's going to create a circle shape. So let's just do sh shape equals shape sphere shape 3D new, and just set it there. I could just delete the node, switch here, and it creates a shape. And it gives a sphere shape. Nice. Can we give it a radius that's slightly larger than, you know, this? Let's do 10. Okay, so beautiful. Leave the shape. Go back here. Nice. Okay, so now anytime I drag and drop this, it creates all the necessary shape nodes for it, just like Proton Scatter does. That is good. Cool. Now we need to make it actually scatter stuff within this, and maybe even be aware if it's a rectangle shape or if it's a sphere shape. Okay. So I'm gonna populate. Oh yeah, it's got a shape property here. We don't need that anymore. That don't work. Instead, we are going to take coral scenes, populate them here. That's really cool. Beautiful. All right. Amount has a default value, doesn't it? 15. That's right. Okay. And then when we click generate, it needs to actually generate. See, it cannot convert argument 1 from nil to int. It's not an int. Okay. Oh, that's because it was probably reset here. There we go. Alrighty. So, when we populate, we're going to run the for loop X amount of times. We need to, I guess we need to randomly choose this packed scene. What do we got to choose here? It's an array, so var chosen scene. We're going to get Randy, %, use the size of the array as the base. Okay. Then we instantiate that scene. New scene. Then I guess we can do add child to us. And then new scene dot, we're gonna set owner to the edited scene root as well. Nice. Cool. Next, we need to position. Random position. So, we take a global position plus vector 3. Now, we're not going to touch the z-axis, or the y-axis, which is up and down, which is going to do 0 for y. For x and for z, we need to do something within the radius of the shape. Okay, so let's do this. Var rand x is going to be 0. Var rand y is going to be 0 as well. If we're going to talk to the collision shape 3D, we're going to assume that the node is there. We're going to get the shape. If it is a sphere shape 3D, then random x, which we're going to supply here, random y, which we're going to supply here, these two will have to be randomized based on radius, and well, that's basically it. So let's do this. Random angle and random length, and we can use sine and cosine to figure out where they need to be located. Cool. So let's do this. Random length, random angle. We're gonna do rand f range. You know what? We're gonna do this. Rand f percentage sign 360. And this is in degrees, so I think that's fine. Yes. Okay, and then random length is rand f percentage sign. We need to get the shape's radius. Okay. Now we do, for x we do cosine. We multiply cosine angle times length. And then for y, it's sine. There we go. If I say you're the best, I mean, I appreciate the compliment, but I've seen what someone's star does with Godot. That shit's impressive. But I will take the compliment nonetheless. Appreciate it. Okay, rand angle, rand f, why like? Oh, float and int. Invalid operands, floats. I guess floats can't use a modulus operator. All right. Rand f range 0 to 360. Nice. Okay, so that's good. And I think that should work. Oh, well, almost. We need to actually position the new scene. Global position is going to be set to the global position of... We actually don't have to use the global position. We can just use the local position, but I know that we're going to be doing some raycasting to determine if the props are on top of the terrain, or, you know, make sure that they're not just on the flat plane. So I think this will be required. Now, before we have to do this, before we test it, clear old meshes. Okay, so we need to clear the old meshes. To do so, we do a for loop, each child in get children. And then we do, well, then we need to go through each child. We need to make sure that if each child is not collision shape 3D, then each child dot q free. the way you share, no BS, just straight. I guess if that's a value, then hey, that works out. I'm just glad for the company, to be honest. Cool. This should do it. Alrighty. Here goes nothing. Hey, okay. Oh, it didn't reposition it. And it only created one. Oh, probably because we have an error. Invalid sentence global position. That's fantastic. Position. What? How did I mess this up this bad? Position. Position. Okay. Well, I mean, he did something. Not all of them are called coral, though, for some reason. 3, 2, 1. What the heck? They are all called coral. I guess maybe when we instantiate or add child, give it a legible name. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so they're all kind of chilling. They're not being repositioned is what's happening here. New scene dot global position. Maybe this doesn't pass. Print shape is sphere. Yeah, I think it's not. What the heck? Sphere shape 3D. Oh. Is to check for the class. We can't do a direct equals equals comparison. That checks if it's the same instance. Okay. Well, now it's a float and operator modulus. 34. Because radius is a right. Okay. Fine. Randolph range. Starting from 0.0. Cool. Alrighty. Nice. Finally. Okay, so that's good. That works out. Next, random rotation. Okay. Man, I hate this code. Okay. Export var rand rotation. Let's call it vector 3. Vekotor. Oh god. I guess if I was Asian, that's what I would say. 0.0. If I was Asian living in Canada. It is a vekotor. Rand rotation. Okay. And I suppose this has got to be a float, but I think it already has it as a float. Okay. So, position, new scene dot what? Rotation, degrees. Actually, hold on a sec. I want to be able to set the minimum and the maximum. So instead of a single vector, let's make it a dictionary. And this is going to be x vector 2, which is going to contain the minimum and the maximum for x. And then we're going to do Control-Shift-D, x, we're going to do for y, and we're going to do for z. There we go. Cool. So, go back here, rotation degrees. I guess we'll just do the individual ones. Random range, random rotation on the x-axis. Get the first value, and then get the second value. X, Y, Z. X, Y, but it's still X and Y. And then Z. X and Y. Perfect. All right. Phantasmo. I think this should work. Let's see. So we take this. Every time we click... Oh, we have an error. Invalid index X on base nil. Right, because this dictionary wasn't set. There we go. So the cool thing is that because the seed is fixed, every time we click generate, it's always going to be the same unless we change the seed. Like that. That's perfect. Okay. So the next step would be to set up what? We need to set up randomness. I guess if I do this at 45 and 45. Oh, yes. That is actually really cool. We could have an area that has a bunch of like high current, and the players have to kind of battle it out. And maybe in this high current area, ooh, this actually gives me an idea for an obstacle, a particular obstacle the players have to overcome. So I'm just gonna put camera, little camera preview, gives you Unity-like functions in Godot. The camera preview does look really cool. I might want to take a look at that plugin actually. Because I'm gonna be animating a character. I might have to do it here. I hope I won't, but you know how these things are. Yeah, so that might be a good thing to take a look at. Right, so let me just set up obstacles for just a quick sec. So this is an idea for an obstacle. High current zone that requires the player to upgrade the ship with high capacity engines to be able to withstand the high currents and make it through to the other side. Okay, so that's actually an interesting idea. All thanks to the way these corals have all plopped around. Okay. One guy's working on the Godot and Blender workflow add-on. I think that might be Passive Star. He joked about embedding Blender into Godot as a sub window. That would be honestly, that would be freaking hilarious. But you know, it's just jokes. Oh yeah, by the way, the first number is supposed to be a random value. Okay. Actually, you know, I just realized that maybe I would like the seed for... Huh. Maybe I'd like the seed for rotation to be randomizable. Although, maybe not. Maybe the whole idea of it is that it's oh yeah. I don't think that's necessary. Well, is it not necessary? Hold on a sec. Let's try this. Export var seed rotation is going to be 0. Okay. So here we set the seed in the beginning. And then here, if I set the seed within the for loop, I believe I'm just going to get the same exact number every time, right? Yes. So this seed has to begin over here. But maybe I can do seed val advance so that we take it here. It takes the starting value plus this value, and then it adds +1 to this seed val. So it's always going to return to this number. And then we can do another seed. This is seed rotation. We'll have to also set seed rot, I think, right? Seed rot or rand rot. No, seed rot. There we go. Seed rot starts as seed rot advance is what we need to start here. So right before we do our rotation, we do seed and then seed rot plus seed rot advance. And I believe this has to be an integer. Okay. And then after we apply it, we add +1 to it. So if I am correct, this should now grant us the ability to pick random seed for position and rotation, except it doesn't like this. Scatter tool, right, because seed rotation has been set. Gotta reset it. And then here, seed value is 1, seed rotation is 0. Okay, there we go. So that works. And if I go 0 to 360, okay, so it's random, but if I do seed rotation, it's a different kind of random. Okay. There we go. And then I can... What can I do here? I can change the scatter tool. Or, yeah, the collision shape. There we go. So now it's a little further. If I want to randomize the positions, let's do this. Actually, that doesn't seem like it's randomizing it. I think I might know why. Huh. Interesting. It's not randomizing it because we're advancing it by the exact same number. So we got to do seed val plus seed val times How many? So this would be amount 15 plus this. And then I think same thing has to be done here. So when we advance the seed, it doesn't just advance to the next one, it advanced by X amount, however many we were trying to place. There we go. So it works, it works, it works. Then we do reduce the seed. It's a completely different arrangement. Nice. And now if we wanted to adjust a different rotation, there we go. So now it's just affecting the rotation. Okay. Floaty animations. Well, corals don't move. They're solid objects. But I did specifically make this a scene scatter tool because these corals, if the player flies into them with a ship, it will destroy the coral, and then you can pick up the individual parts and use it for crafting. That's the idea behind this. But not every coral is going to be breakable. For the most part, this is like a nice set piece here. Okay. What's next? Let's make it so that it's live. So we do... let's actually have it detect if the radius of the collision shape has changed. Okay. So func process. We're gonna do we're gonna do what? Collision shape. We need a place to store the old collision shape data. Excuse me. We need a place to store the old collision shape data. So we do shape. The only thing that changes about this shape is the radius. Okay. So we need to track old radius. Old shape. You know what? Let's do old shape data. And it's going to be containing whatever the hell is the data that it needs to be containing. So if old shape data is not the same, or old shape data is not the same as the radius, old shape data becomes the radius, and then we run populate. Now this only is the case if the shape, if shape is collision shape 3D. So only if it's a collision shape 3D, we're going to be checking the radius. What if it's a rectangle? So if collision shape 3D shape is collision wait. Shape cannot be collision shape. It's just sphere shape. Okay, so in this case, rectangle shape. Oh, this is cube shape, isn't it? Box shape. Okay. So if it's a box shape, well then, the shape data is gonna have to be different. Okay. If it's a box shape, then old shape data is supposed to have like a vector 3 in it. So I suppose if engine is editor hint, so this will make it only run if it is a part of the editor, and we're going to also do the same thing. Func. We cannot do it in the ready. I guess detect the type of shape. We have to do it here. Detect the type of shape, the collision child is using. Okay. Let's make a variable called old shape type. Right now it's null. And then if whatever the old shape type does not match the shape that the collision shape is using, then old shape type will be set to whatever the old collision shape or the current collision shape is. And then we need to determine what type of shape it is. If it's a sphere shape, then the old shape type is just like a, or old shape data is just a float. But if it's a box shape, if it's a box shape, then it's going to contain a vector 3. 0, 0, 0. Okay. This is needed for automatically detecting if a shape has changed. Cool. So if it's a box shape, then I suppose we need to check if the two vectors are the same. So if old shape data is not the same as, I guess I'm going to have to create a vector 3, or is it? Do I have to do that? Let's see. Cube shape. It has a size property, so I guess we could just do shape.size, in which case we don't need a vector 3. It's already a vector 3. So if the size doesn't match, the old shape data has to be updated to contain the new size, and then we once again run populate. So, cool. This should actually detect our data types, collisions. Okay, here, since we're on the subject of doing box shapes, let's go ahead and check if the shape is a box 3D, then random x, let's double check this. So cube 1 by 1 by 1, but I think that's extension. I think that should be good. Okay, we'll see in a moment. So rand x is going to be rand f range, which is going to use the shape dot x. This will be negative shape dot x. I think it has to be half. And then positive shape dot x divided by 2. That's the x-axis, and then rand y, which is not really rand y, it's technically rand z. I need to make sure I updated this. It's going to be using the z and the z divided by 2. Rand z. Okay. So if we are correct, clear old meshes, set up adding variables for incrementing seeds. Okay. All right. Let's give it a test. So, well, I mean, technically should have detected by this point. Let's try sphere. Yeah. Process is editor hint. Let me try something. Print running. Uh-huh. So process doesn't seem to run. Maybe physics? Physics process? Need to go. Nice. How much are you gonna stream today? I got like maybe a bit less than an hour left. Only until 10 local time. Okay. Interesting. I feel like this should have done something by now. Open script. Failed to load resource. Yeah, this is mine. Do I have an error in here? No? Huh. Well, we should have seen this, at least. Let's try this. Close sandbox. Open sandbox. Now it's running. Okay, so it's going to be like that, huh? Okay. Nice. Beautiful. So the radius works. Okay. What about this? Seed val. So it's not going to run it unless we change. What about the rectangle? Let's try a rectangle shape. 10 by 10 by 10. Well, I mean, it says it's running, but it's not detecting a lot of change. Okay. You know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't we take here and say if the shape has changed, then if it's a box, just get the size and populate it here. Now, if the shape is box shape 3D, then if old shape data is not the same as the current shape, then old shape becomes the current shape. And that should technically have detected it. Okay, now it still says it's running, which means it hasn't really updated the scene. So I'll just run sandbox again. Actually, no, that is not an indicator. Let's do this. Print sphere shape changed. And this is going to be cube shape changed. Okay. Uh-huh. So it detects it. It just doesn't like the whole scatter tool 75. Rand X. Shape. Oh. Size. Right. Alrighty. Beautiful. Now, it doesn't use the center of the shape, unfortunately, in this case. So, I wonder if maybe the position should also be based off of this. Let's say in the case of a sphere, you know what? Let's use the global position of the shape, shall we? Collision shape 3D global position. In this case, we can just have it here. Yeah, right here. Back where it was. Yeah. Okay, so now, beautiful. So now you see it's using the shape as a center point, which is fine. I suppose that is fine. Okay, the up and down doesn't actually, well, it kind of does. All right, that works. Can we also get it to update whenever we change some values? So we do amount, set new val, amount equals new val, and then semicolon, generate. This allows us to run multiple commands in line. Oh, populate. Excuse me. Okay. So that basically is it. Can we do this in one line? Nope. Okay. All right. Fair enough. So we just need to repeat this process. Seed rotation. Okay. Random rotation. I guess, yeah. We just copy this. Generate. That's fine. Alrighty. So now, every property I adjust automatically updates our elements here. Beautiful. Nice. Okay, now we had kind of created multiple variations of this whole thing. So randomness in the size isn't really something that we had to consider. Okay, so randomness in size is not something we have to consider, but why don't we give it the ability to set the size, the random scale? I think right now it's just a matter of having one set of values, vector 2. Let's do 1.0 to 1.0. Okay, I might as well give it the setter. If I can copy it like a normal human being. There we go. Okay, cool. So when we populate it, I guess here we'll set the rotation. So we'll do new scene scale. Let's do var rand scale equals rand f range between rand scale. Oh god, hold on. New rand scale. There we go. Dot x dot y, and then scale is going to be set to vector 3, and then the scale is just going to be used 3 times. That's good. I think I am going to give it as well a seed scale. So seed value, amount, seed scale advance, seed scale advance. So once again here, it's an integer. And then up here, export seed scale. It is a variable. Okay. So that should now give us random scale. Nice. And curiously enough, it does allow us to do a smaller number. Yeah, nice. Okay. Cool. I'd say this is pretty damn cool. Okay. Now, it does need to snap these elements to the ground. It definitely needs to snap them to the ground. Right now, the ground is technically ignored. It's just a flat point in space. But once we do get variations in the terrain, it might be a good idea to make sure that this actually has proper elements. Okay, now we have all of these things. We have all these things figured out. I wonder if it's possible to texture these without necessarily turning them into solid objects. I doubt it. I honestly doubt it. It would be great, though. But I doubt it. Okay, let me try this. Duplicate on the x-axis. Okay. We're gonna convert to mesh. Okay. Everything in here has to join together. Or maybe we... I mean, all of these things are technically the same sort of foliage. Same sort of component. Oh, damn it. It moved the curves, all of the curves back. So we're gonna have to take these out. Okay. Uh-huh. Let's join and then apply scale, apply rotation, apply location. No, don't apply location. This is only need for texturing. So I'm just going to open Substance. Since we only have like 20-ish minutes left, I think we can fit in some very quick organic textures here. Let's just take UV editing. UV, smart, oh, come on. Move. Go away. Move. Go away. There we go. Smart UV project. Woo! Hey. Well, that's it. And all of them can exist on one layer. I think that's totally fine. Let's pack it all up. Hey. 69% of space used. I suppose the rest has to be delegated towards towards the margins. But I think that's fine. If I had pre-placed cuts early on, that might have actually done a bit of a better job. Which, the funny thing is, because we didn't do this in a destructive way, we can still go back and try this again. So mark seam, and that's it. And then all of these guys. Hey. I don't even need to select the bottom. That's I think that's perfect where it is. Mark seam. Okay. Which means, oh, actually, yeah, that's... Nah, I think I do need to select the bottom. If I want it to be separated as a strip. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then for these guys... There we go. That's good. And then what do we got here? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Mark seam. There we go. Beautiful. And then because these are all array modifiers, they should all now have these edges. Cool. All right, so let's try that again. Duplicate, move. I swear, it would be so cool if you could actually unwrap it without applying the modifier. But I suppose we gotta. Okay, so convert to mesh. And I suppose we don't need to necessarily join everything together. Let's take all of these, put in the collection. So these are original. Okay. Select the curves. Join everything. Here. There we go. You could, but all arrays occupy the same UV space. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so now you unwrap. Hey. Okay, now moment of truth. 74. Nice. Okay, you know what? That's good. 74, 74%. So it was 69%, now it's 74%. I guess we squeezed a little bit of extra space. And I suppose the seams are going to appreciate it too. And I think that's fine. Cool. Did we apply rotation, apply scale again? Uh, 75%. Hey, look at that. Almost 76 too. All right, that I think is good. That is as much as we can squeeze. 77%. Holy crap. All right, I'm not going to take any more chances. That's good. Okay, so let's double check the faces. Face orientation. 5 minutes gave you 7%. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's worth it. Let's export OBJ. This is just for texturing. So this goes Sublunaris, assets. Okay, so I guess substance textures is where we're supposed to go. This is cone corals. Selections only. I guess we don't really need the material. Nice. All right. New project. Select. This has got to go to Sublunaris. Assets. Substance textures. Cone corals. 2K? Sure. Starting point. I gotta tell you, I was kind of hoping maybe I could take care of some more survival stuff. Primarily take a look at VR items, picking up the VR tools, consuming items, and having hunger. But you know what? This is fine too. I'm gonna wait for all those mechanics until I get the valve index, to be honest. Until I scrape enough to order it. Then we'll have a valid reason. Cool. I like that twist. I think that's gonna produce some interesting results. Okay, so I was imagining this thing to be kind of orange. All the places where there's occlusion are gonna look mighty cool. Okay, so it's kind of rough. So something like this. And then let's give it a darker. Dust occlusion. Nice. Sell your house and buy the new spatial Apple thing. A jokester, I see. Very funny. Okay. So that's cool. That's depositing it in all the right places. Okay. I'm thinking yellowish edges. Gun edges. No. Not that. Uber edges. Huh. Well, you know what? This could work as a variation of the color. So if I copy this color here. And I go slightly darker. Adjust the roughness. Okay. Cool. Well, I still need my my edges. Edges dusty. Not really. Fabric edges. Okay, I don't think it understands what an edge is. I think edges might be a little messed up here. Well, this is a bit unfortunate. Apple might be into something because Meta has been at it for 4 or 5 years. Um, well, I think that Apple are positioning themselves as a luxury brand, so they will always sell overpriced stuff with, fancy pants, accessibility, and quality of life features to those with deep pockets. Evening. Evening, Stevenin. I am sickening. Coldnin. I need my edges. Okay, I don't think this thing understands what I mean when I say I need my edges. Wait, hold on. Can I do something here? Yeah. Sure. Okay, so maybe it's not edge. Maybe it's corner? Nope. Maybe I can use some sort of a generator. What do we have? Curvature. Maybe. No. Thickness. Can we use thickness? Shrink wrap. Auto stitch. Cool. Position light. Dirt. Dripping. Ambient occlusion. Okay. Okay, so we take contrast. Oh, but it's not really going in the right direction. Bake point in this map. If I knew how to do that, that would be awesome. Dirt. Oh, hold on a second. I think it was a generator. Dirt. Dirt. Okay. Yeah, well, dirt's kind of deposits exactly where ambient occlusion was depositing it. Unless, hold on. What if I invert it? And then, almost. Almost. I want it to be on the sharp corners. But unfortunately, that's no bueno. But this does look cool if I dial it down. Maybe I can do some sort of a contrasting color. That could work. This looks interesting. Edgeware filter somewhere in substance. I mean, there's a lot of edge filters, but I don't think it detects the edge correctly. Okay, well, that's fine. Oh, is it busy? I should probably save. Save now. Oh boy. Yeah, oh well. That's fine. This looks pretty cool, though. I think we might want to play around a little bit with height. I'm going to duplicate this. And then this is going to be just really dark. Really rough. We're going to dial it back. Nice. Alright. I was considering if perhaps these should be sharp edges. I suppose we can give that a test next time. But, okay, that's fine. Well, it's about 10 o'clock anyways. Let's go ahead and export textures. I think 2K is going to be perfectly fine. Let's do Godot. Good. I guess we're going to do combined. And this is JPEG, perfectly fine. Wait, is it combined? Combined, I think that should be fine. Yes. We're not using alpha maps for anything. Okay. Let's go Sublinaris, engine, texture, substance textures, cone coral, and 2K. Nice. I do need to export these again, though. Because, you know, UVs and everything. But luckily, we can just use our fancy pants plugin. Okay, coral. Objects by parent. I guess that's fine. 4, okay. Alright. They're still basically the same. Let's go here. Right. Okay, that's useless. Wait. Hold on a sec. Do we have a way of disabling materials? Object types. Huh. Preset. We can quickly pop into the output OBJ and then set up what? Selected only. Export. Do not export materials. So we can do Godot no mat. That's the preset. Cancel from here. Go back here. Godot no material. And then export. 4 files have been exported. Go back here. Okay, so now there should be no material slots here. Cool. But I also can't edit it for some reason. Let me just close this. Open up Sandbox. Open this. Yeah, I can't like edit the material until I make this unique. Screw that noise. I guess we're gonna have to use overrides. I don't know if there's a performance cost for doing overrides rather than just setting it as a surface material. Okay. So. Textures. Cone coral. Albedo. Albedo. Okay, it's still called default material though, unfortunately. Let me just save this. I cannot save this. I gotta save this instead. It is a material. Custom. There we go. Okay. So let's go through this real quick. Red, green, blue, alpha. I don't know if height will have been stored. I think it converted everything to a normal map. So, ambient occlusion. I guess this would be on red. Nice. Green is roughness. Blue is metallic. Nice. Sure. Height is not used, but we do need normal. Come on now. Dang it. Let me drag. There we go. All right. Okay, cool. Coral 1. Coral 3. Coral 4. Maybe some subsurface scattering might be nice here. I'm typing what I'm thinking. There we go. Okay. All the corals have a texture now. And there we go. That's what that looks like in the level. We might have to do 4K. Considering it's a pretty small prop. Let's see. Okay. It doesn't like the modulus by 0. Mesh instance scene. Oh, did it clear it? Populate. I think populate needs to only work if engine is editor hint. And if it's not, return. I don't know what the implications of this will be. hopefully we'll still see it. I mean, we should. The children are here. Hey. Nice. We are mighty slow. But it is here. Cool. Our character movement is a little slow. Let's get in here. All right. Nice. Well, that's pretty good. Cool. Ooh. Easy. All right. That's it. We did our due diligence. We made progress for today, and I think it's time to call it. It wasn't as much progress as I wished, but I think that's perfectly fine. We made strides forward. Cool. All right, now it's time to lie down, recover, and I don't know, watch some stuff off my watch list. Cool. Thanks everybody for watching. Appreciate the company, and we'll see you next time.